What the hell? Probably a better use for money than most of my uses have been. Oh, look at it fly! This is the best ability ever. I don't care if it's useful, it looks amusing.
That'll show you.
I think she resisted us because she's a Jedi. It sort of highlights the problem trying to use these abilities on a Jedi. Not really. Really doesn't work on anyone. It's a problem because I can't reliably use it in battle. And more importantly, it worked like once in 4 times. So it's a huge... The cost of using it isn't realistically reflected, because I have to use it at least 3 to 4 times more than... So it multiplies the mana use quite severely. And my stats aren't bad, and I'm buffing them further, so... we should, although the level might increase. Yeah, we're only Jedi Sentinel level 2. I'm not sure if it's a character class or all classes combined. Oh. Yeah, that looks ridiculous. Balak. Balog. Baloo.
Achuta. Unga kun bistulpi kikuyana. Dong patugas maktilea.
None shall pass. Okay, who are you?
Unga diho donga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tunking ba numutak. Tukning
She's
chatukunne.
Jedi acting as a crime investigator.
Kieno no namapaule rachikun. Ta kunjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu itabo dunga. Tolbabank wale oganda na.
And he's going to let me solve the problem. Either he's incredibly lazy or this is another test. Sort out the truth from the lies. What do you want me to do? Listen to the stories of the suspects. He'll help, but the solving of the case will be left on me. Okay, talk to them, confirm their information with an information droid, and then run the scenario past him. And if I fail, he'll take over. 3 men were out here in the fields together earlier before the clouds broke. Most people would seek shelter indoors when the sky is filled with dark storm clouds.
vulnerables. Kachikun ita
The
donga.
dead man, called
Iking
Kinetic, was
kuno
shot
pa
in the back with a blaster
vulnerachikun.
rifle.
Simo
Hmm.
podonar
Rifle
diodunga
found
kun
near the body,
hunkabe.
bloodstains on it,
Runda dihodunga kun
and
hunkabi.
2 other men
Wana
found
kun
at the
bez
scene.
ching palamule.
Handing Gould,
Tunking
unarmed,
pa
and Richard
nunotak.
Lusov, who was carrying a
Tukning
hunting blazer,
chatukune munerabes. Kachikun
and
itahodonga.
both men
Iking
deny
kuno
doing
pa
anything,
munerachikun.
and
Simo
accuse each other.
podonar diodunga ku hunkabe.
Is there anything else I should know?
Runda dihodunga kun hunkabi. Wana kun
Handon was holding
bez
his
ching
side when he
palamule.
arrived, and Richard was
Tunking pa
favoring one of his
nunotak.
legs.
Tukning chatukune mulerabes. Mucho shot fakat. Kieno no namapaule rachikun.
So we are a detective now. Handon and Ricard, and the information droid.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Koldanetic, Ricard Lusov, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require?
Okay. What did you find out about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need? My preliminary analysis of the body
Okay.
indicates... Is there any...
Tell me about these planes.
These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Iriars are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calfhounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calfhounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need?
No.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Okay, we need to hear their stories. Rickard had a weapon, Handon didn't. That's suspicious.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Ricard Lusov. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Okay. Our fearless leader that gave us this job told us there was a storm cloud, and he told us the sun was in his eyes, so that's suspicious.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Ah, yes, of course, Mr. Gould.
Really? Well, then I assure you, on my reputation, I had nothing to do with the killing. I will help you with the case as best I can, though. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead.
Go on.
And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Yeah, I'd like to ask why he wasn't carrying a weapon when there's an advisory that everyone must.
Is there any other information you need? My preliminary analysis. Is there any? Very well.
I guess I need to talk to the Banuk.
Ako pa, Cheko pa.
Want to discuss the murder.
Ronda di Hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun des ching palamule tunking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukun ne mulerabes. Ta kung just takmiki grabulmogo.
Yeah, Hadden said that he was nearby and heard the shot, and to find Calder. So what's the point of asking if he's gonna tell the same story again to me?
Tong nabungsha nununya. Tong patukashmak telea. Tong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwalea gandona chuchut.
Yeah.
Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita
It's very likely that at least one of them is lying, but why?
Wonga kumbisjang ba mulera.
Just because one is lying doesn't mean he was the murderer.
No nama paule rachikun.
Yeah, Ricard is lying.
Akupa chekopa. Gino mulera kimpaija. Kislimu po duama.
It was cloudy, there was no sun glare.
Tong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto dun. Chilamulane ni dubobo. Wonga kumbisjang ba mulera. Ta kumjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachi chu ita bodunga.
Okay, yeah, this is probably what we needed to uncover this time. Yeah, this will be proceeded by step, so we need to find a motive for the killing. Okay, we can't investigate ourselves and ask questions. The game gives us one step at a time, and we need to proceed there.
Is there any other information you need?
Okay, now we can access new information. Yeah, this is how it works. So we'll ask about their relationships first-hand. And
the Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past 7 weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need?
what about Calder and Ricard?
According to the municipal authorities near the Garrow spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need?
Apparently not.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
How can I be of further assistance?
You're holding your side. Are you injured?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that. How can I be of further assistance?
Why would someone want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him.
You knew Calder better than you admit. You rented a speeder with him.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Why would you punch his face in?
My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed, while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
That sounds so fake. Okay.
How can I be of further assistance?
Yeah, but definitely probably wanted to kill him. That's fairly certain. Having an affair with your wife, no one actually feels like that. That's something he's just saying
Of course.
because
of
I'm the
course.
authority.
Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
What about you?
So, what do you want to know?
Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife.
To ask you something.
So, what do you want to know?
Okay. Bullock said you were limping. Are you hurt?
Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. So, what do you want to know?
Why would someone want to kill him?
You Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Bullock guy.
You thought Calder was cheating you?
Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
There was bad blood between you.
Right.
Okay, those accusations don't go anywhere, so... Handon definitely has the better motive at this point. Yeah, neither seems to have a motive. It's basically going over the same thing we already went through, so... Handon is lying. He knew his wife was cheating on him. Okay. Next is the murder weapon.
Mule slimo podadara nanga kumbis mule rabes. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Ikin kuno pa mule rachi kun.
The dasher found near the body.
Dunga ku hunkabe. Mucho shat pakat. Ki no dama paule rachi kun.
As far as I can see, there's one blaster to you in this case. There should be two more. He had a blaster, he didn't, apparently. But if the murdered guy had the blaster, let's hit in the torso.
Is there any other information you need?
Let's ask about what we found about this. Tell me about the weapon found at the scene.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to
Ah.
KOTOR. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
But it's not the murder guy's weapon.
So, what do you want to know?
That points to Handon again. What about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Ichanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower. Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. Right.
He seemed to be fairly straightforward with us on this issue. Like, it didn't matter to him at all about the weapon. What about you?
How can I be of further assistance?
What do you know about the weapon found on the body?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance?
So, you came running into these dangerous areas without a weapon. Yeah. I need to check if it was actually stolen or not.
Of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Is there any other information you need?
Is there a report of Handon's blaster being stolen?
I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Yeah, Handon seems very likely candidate for the murder.
Akupa Chekopa? Gino Mulera Kenpaija, Slimu Podwama? Akupa Chekopa?
Okay, what have we determined about the weapon?
Mulera Kenpaija, Slimu Podwama?
The blaster is Handon. He lied about it being stolen.
Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukune mulerabes. Kachikun ita hodonga.
A blood sample on the weapon.
Ba mulerachikun. Slimo podona rundi hodonga kun kabe. Mucho shot pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun.
Is there any other information you need?
Blood sample.
I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
It's very likely Handon.
Akupa Chekopa? Gino Mulerak. Tong abong sha umina. Wanga kumbis king balemuraya. Johnny yon tunjiji idadwa.
Blood doesn't belong to the victim. Didn't belong to the victim.
Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun
It has
bez
to be
ching
Handon.
palamule tunking.
Picard is not injured in any serious way. He has potentially a twisted ankle. Handon, on the other hand, is holding his side that would also indicate a place where if hit his blood would get on the weapon. Yeah, it's Handon's blood.
Ako pa, Cheko pa. Gino Mulera Kempaija, Slimo Poduama?
Uh, he is clutching his side.
Ronda di Hotonga kun Honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukune mulerabes.
Hey, what are you doing?
Jeda badawana ni di bobo. Tong na bungsha nununya.
Yeah, he suffered a blaster wound to the side. One logical scenario, Handon killed Calder, Richard was out hunting and accidentally shot Handon. No, I don't agree on that. Because Ricard's explanation of shooting accidentally was that there was sun, but there clearly was no sun, so it wasn't an accidental shot. It was accidental in the sense that he's probably the one that shot the guy who killed Calder. No, they're both guilty.
Ronda di Hotonga kun Honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukune mulerabes. Tong abog sha umnina.
What possible motive would Ricard have for wanting Calder dead? They'd have been fighting. There's a report of that. He wanted to rob Calder now. I think Ricard thought Calder was cheating him in business. Both men knew Calder would be out here and each plotted to kill him. Handon fought him first and shot him. Shortly after, Ricard arrived on the scene. Yeah. Shot from a distance, thought he was shot Handon, thinking it was Calder. Handon dropped blaster, called for help because thought Ricard was out to kill him.
Damn you. Damn both of you.
Mule slimo podadara nanga kumbist mule rabes kachikun ita hodonga ikinku no
Yeah, he's arresting both of them. One for murder, one for attempted murder and assault.
Tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa nita poe tikito
Yeah, we did well.
gandona chuchut kachi chu ita dundonga Yumalita kutotun. Chilamulane ni dubobo. Wonga kumbis jang ba mulera achuta. Wonga kumbis tulpi kikuyana. Dum patugas makdelia.
This quest wasn't all that greatly done. It's because there was no real investigation on my part at any point. There was nothing I could possibly miss, really, realistically. It's just only mistake you really can make is to pick the wrong dialogue options, and that's not much of an investigation. And everything was yeah, well, it was a test for an apprentice. It was a fairly long dialogue, basically, instead of a proper investigation. I guess some people enjoy that. There was... I don't really usually enjoy that. Unless the dialogue really has some interesting options. It's also sort of dangerous because always a gamble what the game makers of the game have put in their dialogue options. So even if you have some train of thought that you could quite logically go after, there's no guarantee that the game actually supports that. We should probably turn to the Enclave now. Yeah. It seems like the cleansing of the grove was sort of a important first step before we can unlock further progress. So let's finish it. And we have a few quests we need to finish too. How much money do we have? 3,500. That's not enough for anything. Let's talk to Elise. Tell him the good news.
My droid is still missing. I can feel him like a hole in my aching heart.
We could lie. I found your droid, but he had been destroyed by cat hounds. No, I don't usually go for pointless lying. So I'm afraid your droid had to be destroyed.
My droid? Destroyed? No. No, this cannot be happening. I can't bear to live without him.
I don't know if I'm a good person or a bad person in this game, but I'll carry the responsibility of my decisions, good or bad. I'm not gonna start lying about them.
You have done a great thing. One of our own had strayed, but you have returned Juhani to the Order. For this you deserve the highest praise.
I must give you my thanks. Because of you, I am once again welcome within the Jedi Order.
Have you spoken to the Council?
I have spoken to the Council, and they have helped me see the truth. The truth about myself, and the truth of my actions. Quatra's injuries were not so severe as I first believed. I was foolish to believe I could harm a master such as she with my clumsy efforts. The fierce confrontation between us was nothing more than part of my training. Quatra wanted me to understand the threat of the dark side, to see how easy it was to fall from the path of light.
So where is Quatra now? I'd say that's pretty harsh, but it's probably something you don't really understand. People usually don't understand things like this when they haven't experienced it themselves. You always think I'll be an exception, it won't apply to me. So where is Quatra now?
After our last battle, Quatra had nothing left to teach me. I needed time alone to explore the turmoil of my own spirit. Only then was I ready to follow a guide. You. Back to the light. When I left, Quatra knew her work with me was done. there are other disciples who need training throughout the galaxy, and she could not stay to see if I passed this most difficult trial. With your help, I have passed this difficult trial. The Council now feels I am ready to continue with my training, though they have asked me to wait here for the time being.
Giving you a second chance like this is a clear sign of weakness. Sometimes I find it hard to believe the Jedi could defeat my people in battle.
I do not know what the Council has in store for me, but I will trust in the Force and the way of the Jedi to help me through whatever is to come.
I don't know if that's a weakness. That's usually if you want to find out really find out who you are, you have to go to the edge of what you can handle. It's easy to say you will act in certain ways until you're really tested properly. Probably being some kind of military training is a good example. Every little boy probably thinks he can make a good soldier, but after you've been in training and gone through it, probably you learn, go on and on following orders, doing shitty things in uncomfortable situations with low amount of food, low amount of sleep, in the middle of the winter in freezing conditions, might even be a little bit sick. So it's then you find out really how you act in situation where you're really mentally and physically right exhausted. You can guess how you would act, but you really don't know until you've been there. Do we need to talk to him? Yeah.
You have done well, my pupil. The ancient grove has been purified, and Juhani's journey down the dark path has been halted. Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is both dedicated and true to the ideals of the Order, yet she was still vulnerable to the dark side, as are we all. She struck her master in anger during her training, and injured her greatly. But it was Quatra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test. Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations, Padawan. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Jedi. Let me be the first to welcome you as a full-fledged member of our order.
So, okay, can I take Bastila back now?
If you have questions, you should direct them toward the Jedi Council members.
Greetings, young Padawan. Have you come seeking knowledge of the past? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, or so they say. As a chronicler of the Academy here on Dantooine, I feel it is my duty to share the history of our order with the newly initiated. Unfortunately, our recent history is one of tragedy and bloodshed. The Mandalorian Wars, the fall of Revan and Malak, the rise of the Sith. There are important lessons to be learned from these events, if we do not wish to repeat the mistakes of our past.
I don't really have time for this now.
As you wish. I will not force you to hear what I have to say, though I think it is unwise to ignore the lessons of the past. Perhaps you can return when you have more time.
It is good to see Juhani has returned to the way of the light. You are to be commended for your role in this. Your actions give us great hope for the future. Your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now, it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantooine. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate this. The secrets to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for.
What happened to the Jedi who went to investigate?
We do not know. That is one of the things you must investigate. We fear the worst. Is there anything else you want to know?
Why doesn't Master Rook like me? Okay, is there anything else you can tell me about Revan and Malak?
I knew Revan as a promising young pupil. Revan was strong in the Force, but also headstrong and proud. Such traits are not unusual in a Padawan. Perhaps that was why I did not see the true extent of the danger. Many of the young Jedi admired Revan, including Malak. When Revan set off to challenge the Mandalorians, Malak was the first to join the cause. And when Revan fell to the dark side, it was inevitable Malak would fall as well.
Are you saying Revan was responsible for Malak's fall?
Revan was always the more powerful of the pair. When Revan fell, we had hoped the Sith threat was ended. But Malak quickly assumed Revan's role and embraced the dark side as fully as his master ever had. Now, Malak leads the Sith Armada against the Republic. Hate and vengeance drawing him ever further down the dark path, fueling his powers until they have surpassed those of his old master. Only you and Bastila together can stop Malak now. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. May the Force be with you.
Yes.
I demand justice! The Sandral family is a blight upon Dantooine. They must be punished.
The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof, and we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sandrals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My son Shen is missing. How can there be any doubt the Sandrals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for your son's disappearance.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk. I shall only wait so long before I take action on my own.
As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, we Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council has promised Alan Matale we will look into his son's disappearance. Should you have time, Padawan, you may want to investigate this matter.
What about the training?
Your study and training are important, of course, but the Jedi are not a cloistered order. Our influence and teachings must spread beyond the walls of our academies.
It is in the real world that we truly prove ourselves worthy of the title Jedi. You would do well to remember this, young Padawan.
The task has its own importance. It may also serve to divert our minds for a short time, something which carries its own rewards.
Side quests carry their own rewards, yes, I agree. We need Bastila for the ruins. Yeah, more wisdom. Another awareness guy, lovely. And I don't want to listen to the Wookiee howling, it's very annoying. Force shield. No, this isn't good. The abilities it gives is good, but it only applies to the caster. We could take some dark side path, but what? A plague would probably be good. Because Plague has a DC of 100, making it impossible to save against its effects. It drops physical attributes by 12 points. 1 point every second over 12 seconds. That's also target is slowed for the duration. So against tougher enemies, that losing 12 points of physical attributes is a huge drop. So we could develop skills that way unless we have better things to develop. I think I'll take the plague route. Yeah, I want the improved flurry. The normal flurry has dangerous amounts of negatives, attacks and defense. So, and she'll be using it constantly. So I need to get rid of that vulnerability. She'll use it if I don't manually control her, and that's not really realistic. So we have to take the improved flurry. Powers. Having stasis is probably a good thing. We want the stasis field. Potentially stun a group of enemies. We'll develop the plague line of powers when we can't develop a light side or universal power that we're interested in. It's only really useful at the final level anyway. Oh no, that's level 12. What level are we on? Level 9, so we don't need to take it yet. Maybe on level 10 or 11 we should take that. But now we can take something else. Level 6 stasis. Its ability to stun the target. The Yuhani used it on us, on our allies in the fight against her. So it's a fairly good ability. A Jedi robe. We'll give it to her. You get the Verpine headband. Ooh. And the Eriado strength amplifier. Or do you? No. We'll let Candace get that. She could use some strength item. This won't help. No. No. Yeah, we'll let it be. Let it be. Their armor class is fairly the same. Oh crap. We'll give. No, I don't want to give it to Bastila. The reason is because I don't intend to keep Bastila constantly in the group. So I don't want to give her a lot of good equipment. Just enough to make through here. Retinal combat influence, nerve enhancement. Yeah, we were immune to mind affecting, so that's probably why the Juhani's ability didn't really work on us. Okay. Yeah, we have a few options available for us. First things we need to do is probably, no, we don't want to transit back. What we want to do is use the workbench. We have at least one extra lightsaber crystal that we can give to Basla. +1 damage and attack. I do want to change her color. Blue, yeah, sure. And I think I'll end the session here. We did a lot of things and we have a lot of quests left to finish. We'll probably go to the ancient ruins next, and that'll take a lot of time, so until then.